Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. So, Jay, the saga continues in regards to the 154 pounds and what is going to happen there. So, we got Sebastian Fundora, who is currently the WBC and WBO champion. And, of course, he was supposed to defend that title against Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford decided to move on to Israel Madrimov, and now the WBO has ordered that fight to take place, or at least they need to start a negotiation. And I believe they have, 30 days to come to a negotiation or an agreement. And we know that Errol Spence has been waiting in the wings for the possibility to fight for the WBC title. If I'm not mistaken, Jay, correct me if I'm wrong, he is rated number 1 right now by the WBC. And the saga continues. It seems like these two gentlemen, both Terence Crawford and Errol Spence, are going to be tied to the hip until the end of their career. We'll see what ends up happening, Jay, because it's interesting. What we believe Fundora and his team should have done is, and what it seems like maybe they are doing, is trying to press Terence Crawford to actually initiate his fight, initiate his mandatory, calling his bluff, if you will. Maybe we'll see, but we know that Terence Crawford really has no interest in fighting Sebastian Fundora. I don't think he has any interest in becoming undisputed at his third division. I think Terence Crawford is more so interested in making the biggest money fight that he can possibly make, and that would be Canelo Alvarez. And I know some people are going to say that at the end of the day, that's a legacy fight for him as well. Even if he didn't have the titles, let's say Canelo got stripped of every title, Terence Crawford will still be interested in fighting Canelo Alvarez because Canelo Alvarez brings the big dollars. Let's say Edgar Berlanga knocked out Canelo Alvarez, which is not something that I believe would happen, but let's say he did. Even if he did, as long as Canelo was able to maintain his status in the sport in terms of being a draw, Terence Crawford would still be interested in that fight because it is about lacing his pockets, and I can't be mad at that whatsoever. So it's going to be an interesting development over the next 30 days. We'll find out if Terence Crawford is truly interested in becoming a 3-division world champion. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that is truly his interest. Maybe he truly desires to get into the ring with Sebastian Fundora and win those belts. But my gut tells me that is not the case. And even though he has Turki Al-Sheikh as a backer, still Turki is only going to be willing to pay so much for a fight. And if it's a situation where he has the opportunity to fight Canelo Alvarez, Turki Al-Sheikh is going to be more willing to pony up dollars for Terence Crawford to earn in a fight with Canelo Alvarez versus somebody like Sebastian Fundora. So we'll see what ends up happening in the next 30 days, Jay. Personally, I would rather see. I believe Terence Crawford is deserving of it because of the WBO rules. I still add that caveat that you decided to go and fight for the WBA title, and you can't expect somebody to hold up their career when they had already stated that they wouldn't be ready to return until October, November. So, but I do believe Terence Crawford should have gotten the opportunity first and foremost. However, I am a little bit more interested in seeing Sebastian Fundora versus Errol Spence. Jay, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, it's interesting. I wasn't sure if this was going to happen. I mean, we already knew we said that's what Team Fundora need to do. They need to press Crawford like, hey, you need to make a decision on what you're going to do, man. Are you going to fight us, or are you going to try to move on and try to chase his money with Canelo fight, or just retire us, whatever you're going to do? Looks like they did press him for it. That fight was on August 3rd. I think Samson said they're going to send paperwork to figure out or whatever, try to get things moving like August 5th or whatever. We're now on August 29th, August 30th now, or 29th. And now we see what the WBO has been doing. It's still interesting how they're going to mandate him to fight someone he's the interim champion for the WBO, which is weird that he even got that title after fighting Madrimov, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, like you said, he's deserving of the fight, of that title, of that fight. I just didn't like the fact that he made Sebastian sit and wait. Herb and wait, for what he's going to do. Sebastian could have had something set up. Let's say Sebastian would have had something set up to fight Spence in October or November already. He would have been screwed because all of a sudden this would have came out and he would have been stripped of the belt. So it'd have been kind of messed up. So he would have been waiting. He's still waiting. We don't know when this fight. We know they got 30 days, so if they got 30 days to make this decision, and before it goes to purse bid, because if it goes to purse bid, Sebastian ain't gonna get no money. You know, it's gonna be like 90, 10, 80, 20 type split type deal. You know, so he has a hope they can agree on something before that 30 days is up. If he's gonna still fight and defend that title, that WBO title. But yeah, he's deserving of it. You know, the person that's most deserving of this rematch with Fundora is actually Tim Tszyu. Let's be real. He's the one
Yeah.
that's deserving of a rematch more than anybody else, more than Spence, more than Bud. You know, next up would be Bud because he's earned it. You know, but we know how these sanctioned bodies do with certain fighters and certain companies. They kind of be a little bit more cool with them than others. So that's why some fighters can sidestep things and skip things. You know, so but we'll see how this works out. Um, I don't know. It's just after that fight with Madrimov, the way Bud's energy was, it's not. It's like Bud really only wanted the big money fight, and that's the Canelo. It seemed like he even said all his motivation was gone. His motive is pretty much Canelo. So if he fights this fight here, and let's say he isn't victorious, I don't want to hear any. If this fight is made and Fedor somehow he beats Bud, which I don't think will happen.
I
But
don't either.
if he beats Bud, I don't want y'all saying that. Oh well, he didn't have any motivation to fight this, or Bud doesn't look good. I don't want to hear this excuse that Bud didn't have any motivation anymore. No, bump that. If he's chasing legacy, this is part of the legacy. Get the legacy to be undisputed 3 times. You know, but they got 30 days, man. So we'll see. I want this fight this fight has to happen for me. This fight has to happen this year. It has to happen this year by November. You know, because it wouldn't be right to hold Fundora out again until March. Because Bomac had said in another video, Bud was not coming back until February, March.
Yeah. So personally, if Terence Crawford were to fight Sebastian Fundora and lose, he would get a pass from me because, or I wouldn't give him I would say this: I would give the fans a pass, meaning they would have the opportunity to come in and make as many excuses as they wanted to. I mean, Errol Spence fans had the opportunity to quote unquote make excuses. So Terence Crawford fans also have the opportunity to come in and make whatever excuse they want to make. However, it won't be accepted similarly the same way they didn't accept any excuse relative to Errol Spence. So, but I welcome it. I welcome any excuse because I know all fans are biased, including this platform. We all biased, but some people feel that they operate solely on fact, and I know a lot of people they're not even close to operating on facts at all. So
They're living
anyway, exactly. So you guys tell us what you think in the comment section. Are you looking forward to this fight? Do you believe Terence Crawford is even interested in taking this fight? Let us know what you think. Don't forget to hate, like, comment, and subscribe. This is the Angry Man Podcast, AM Sports Media, and we are out.